in lieu of comic books, I guess it's time to review one that we've been doing for quite some time, and that would be the Mega Man comic book, Dawn of X, Part 4, the finale.
The conclusion, in Mega Man number 40.
Kind of got a tiny little emotional with this one. Not because it's sad or anything, quite the opposite. But because it ends the featuring of Mega Man X, the character, in the comic book series. And
at least for now.
At least for now. Well, we don't know that.
That's true.
Yeah, because there has been no signs of X getting his own comic book or any of that. So it's up in the air. Like, maybe he might sometime down the line, maybe years from now, but we don't know.
Right.
Because at any time, I guess the contract with Archie could run out. Who knows?
Right.
So it ends with kind of just on a happy note with X and Zero.
Well, it starts with in the future, I guess it's 21X or 20XX.
Yeah, 21X.
21XX, and they're about to fight the Wily Walker. And you see all all the Maverick Hunters gathered up, ready to throw down.
Yep.
And yeah, it was nice to see because everyone was pretty much in character, or as you expect. You know, Vile's a complete jerk, and you wonder why a guy named Vile.
Vile, really? He might be evil.
He might be evil.
And it's kind of I'm kind of surprised nobody caught on, considering how he's been acting. I mean, he's a jerk. He has the biggest ego imaginable.
Even Sigma calls him out on it.
Yeah, even Sigma's like, dude, you gotta tone it down, man.
I know, right?
And Sigma is the one saying that, you gotta tone it down.
I mean, Vile, for this entire issue, has been just so antagonistic toward X, just kind of putting him down. Like, he's a bleeding heart, you know.
He's a civilian. He has no place fighting alongside us. He should get out of here. What's so special about X? And Vile has apparently, in this, in the previous issues, killed a lot of humans just to stop this machine from going haywire, and Sigma calls him out, and Vile's justifying it like, hey, if I did not blow up that bridge with all of those people on it, we would be fighting this fight in the middle of the city with millions of people. So
he's completely a means justify the ends kind of guy, or the ends justify the means. As long as we get this accomplished, no matter the blood trail around us, hey, it was worth it because we got the job done.
Yeah, which is kind of a problem because he's breaking the rules that robots aren't supposed to harm people, or at least the original rule.
His Boba Fett looking butt with his bulky helmet and the shoulder cannon.
Yeah, so.
Cool design, cool design.
Yeah, so Vile, jerk, complete terrible person. And with Sigma, when he's going in for the strikes on the Wily Walker, you see him like looking all evil and stuff.
When
like,
he makes the final kill, when he shoves his sword through the Wily Walker's head, you see him for a moment with that.
Yeah, with that real,
with his red, yeah.
With that real evil, like, oh yeah, I love killing. I love my job.
It's like he doesn't turn evil at the end, but it's all about foreshadowing in this issue about what's coming up.
Yeah, with the inevitable future.
Right.
X helps.
Sigma makes a comment too to Vile. Said, yes, Vile, we Reploids are superior to humans in every single way. And at that moment, X and Zero kind of looked at each other. That's why we must protect them. It's like you guys saved it at the last minute there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you endangered countless lives by blowing up that overpass. That was needlessly reckless. What were you thinking?
Yeah. Every time we read a Sigma line, we have a Sigma voice.
We Reploids are superior to humans in almost every way.
Huh?
Yeah.
Which is why we must protect them. Yeah, and he's holding on to X and Zero's like, which is why we must protect them.
And a guy with a voice like that, you're surprised he wouldn't turn into a villain at the end.
Oh, they're shocked.
Now, who's up for tacos?
Now, who's up for some tacos?
And so, meanwhile, back in the past, or present in some ways with original Mega Man, they still have not gotten to the story arc of Mega Man 3.
Right, you noticed that. I guess that started next issue, I think.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
So that's just like, well, if Archie was waiting to do the Mega Man X comic after all the Mega Man games are done, like, Jesus, that's going to take aeons because this comic has been out since 2009. And
well, that just shows you there's a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, so please, just make side comics.
Well, we'll get more into that later, but the rest of this issue focuses on, because the thread that kind of connects Mega Man and Mega Man X is the Wily Walker. Mm-hmm. So in the end, they show that how Mega Man, they didn't defeat it, but they were able to, I guess, neutralize it, bury it underneath it, and they left like a capsule or like a warning or something.
Yeah, Mega Man got a message from Dr. Light in a capsule sort of thing, and he throws it down into the ditch where they've subdued the Wily Walker for future people who managed to discover it, and say that there were nuclear weapons among this thing. We couldn't destroy it with our current technology somehow.
Right.
So, warning to anybody in the future, should you uncover this thing and it go active, know that if you destroy it, you could potentially let loose a very lethal radiation.
Right. Now, you asked a good question when we were talking about this issue a couple days ago. What was Wily's end game?
Yeah, what was Wily's end game here? Because, like, by the end of it, Wily seems okay with the fact that the Wily Walker was stopped, and then Mega Man put an end to it, and everything's just kind of all hunky-dory.
So he helped Light, Mega Man, and this other guy, the other scientist, I forget his name, Mikhail, stop the Walker that he built. Okay.
And throughout the entire arc, we kind of saw Wily kind of sweating it the whole time, and he was also purposely messing up the plan in order to get them killed.
And another thing too, he was constantly on Mikhail, right? About his robots, how they should be used in a certain way. I guess there's like a difference of philosophy.
Well, because Ferroman was built with a fire.
Right. Well, Lightman, that's his name, right? Lightman. Brightman, yeah. He wasn't, but they reprogrammed Brightman during this issue, and he actually is the one that hits the Wily Walker with this big move that is able to neutralize it.
It's a stun.
Now, Brightman, correct me if I'm wrong, was created by Mikhail, right?
Yeah. So was Ferroman.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is like building on to something. If we'll see more of that in the next issue, but yeah, that's kind of the big mystery leaving this whole series of what was Wily's end purpose here. What was his goal at the end of it?
Yeah, because he just kind of sweats it off, like, okay.
Which is something that they do often do in comic books, especially I've noticed with these ones, that it's always like some sort of hook to get you to go into the next arc. Nothing's ever wrapped up as neatly and as in the final arc of this issue. There's always something that leads on to the next one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's another story going on with Xander Payne.
Yeah, talk about that one.
Where he's now back into the past or present. And the FBI caught him, and they're locking him away, and he's like, I've seen the future, and it's not good.
Right.
Like, we failed. Like, but I will make sure that we do not fail again. I will, now that I'm back in my own time, I will make sure that we do everything we must to make sure that these robots cease to exist in the future.
Right.
And in the final part, you see him locked away in a jail cell with another guy who's going nuts, saying, let me out of here! You locked me in a cell with a lunatic! He's got a shiv! And you see Xander Payne like in the back of the room with like a shiv toothbrush, and he's like carving things on the wall, and he's carved Sonic the Hedgehog's head, and he's carved Mega Man's helmet and X, and so he's just kind of going nuts.
And the final word is, has he foreseen the colliding of worlds? Which was weird. Is this going to lead to like some multiple huge crossover now with Sonic, Mega Man, and X maybe?
Or a multiverse with all sorts of Mega Mans?
I don't know. Well, we've already established that the Sonic and Mega Man, they are aware of each other. The worlds are aware
of each other. They know of each other. They're friends.
Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, you saw with that shiv, you thought for a moment, like, is this company going to go to a place that we
But yeah, yeah. The reason why I got emotional a little was because Mega Man X was my first real Mega Man adventure. Like, I started with X1 on Super Nintendo, and from then expanded onto every other one. I started with X1, went to X2, X3, then played all the other Mega Man games that were out, and then went to X4, and so on, and played all the other ones, then went to Legends. And, yeah, knowing that this, especially with the way Capcom is right now, with how dead Mega Man is, this right here could potentially be the very last we see of Mega Man X anything. And that kind of got to me a little. Like I didn't bawl out cry or anything, but I did get a little like, probably more emotional than you would be. But
that's why we're really hoping that a Mega Man X comic book series comes soon.
Yeah, like the last image you see of Mega Man X.
Yeah, it's a great picture.
Yeah, that's right. Where is it?
There it is.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's this image right here where it's Dr. Light and his two creations. Like, that could be the last, like, newest thing we ever see of this character officially. So...
It was a nice treat, but if that's it, it's kind of depressing.
Yeah, so I hope this leads into Mega Man X getting his own comic book franchise, and if he does, you can bet that we'll be following it like hot knife on butter.
He deserves it. Why not? You know, they have 2 Sonic series going on, so why not?
Which I think is interesting in itself. Like I love Sonic the Hedgehog. Not even front. But is it necessary for Archie Comics to have 2 different Sonic comic books? There's the Sonic universe, and then there's Sonic the Hedgehog. Mm-hmm. I find that confusing because apparently both are taking place at the same time. I say this because when the Worlds Collide issues were going on with Mega Man and Sonic, all 3 of them were taking place at the exact same time with the same Sonic, so they're not 2 different story arcs.
Right.
They're the same one. So is it necessary? Do we have to have 2 different, like, Sonic?
Well, if they sell well, I guess so. Because at the end of the day, the only thing people matter is green. But yeah, I think there should be a Mega Man X series. So I'm hoping that Archie would pull the trigger on that. Maybe if this sells well and it was well received, we will get a Mega Man X series. Which would be awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, that was Dawn of X.
Oh, overall.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There were some funny, little teasers when they talk about cleanup. Like in Mega Man X's timeline, after they defeat the Wily Walker.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, Sigma is talking like, well, we need to get a cleanup crew in here to get rid of all the damage, and of course we have to take measures to make sure that the radiation doesn't get out. So who do we know that is capable of doing these things? And I think they mentioned Spark Mandrill.
Yeah.
And they also said, okay, well, there's a radiation problem, so let's bring in Toxic Seahorse from Mega Man X3. I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So they're around.
Mm-hmm.
So which means Dr. Doppler is too.
Right.
So yeah, just a lot of fun to read.
What'd you think of the whole Dawn of X issue? Dawn of X arc?
The covers are misleading.
Yeah, because
the covers are very misleading. Like, because when you see Mega Man and you see X together like this, you think that they're kicking ass together. You couldn't be more wrong.
Right.
They are kicking ass, but in their own universes.
Yeah.
So very misleading when I first got them.
Well, I think it's clever using like that machine as the thing that...
Yeah, as the catalyst.
Yeah, Mega Man and his team was the first to fight it. They couldn't stop it, but they neutralized it, while X was the one that
had to put it down.
They had to put it down, right.
So yeah, it was clever the way they did it.
And they found that capsule that told them what was up, right?
Yeah, they told them, like, okay, this is what you have to do.
The Sons of Dr. Light. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, the Sons of Mega Man.
I'm happy I got these issues.
Yeah.
I was really down with it.
Well, that's all, folks.
Thank you so much for joining us, and
you can bet there'll be more Mega Man comic book reviews when they come out, but of course they're kind of monthly.
Well, those monthly titles.
Well,
They should be bi-monthly.
See ya.
Later.